Hi guys, so here we are then. It is my second training session towards the quest for 10 reps on 100 kilo on bench. So what I've tried to do here is to keep this as brief as possible. It's just pieced together all the different sets, and I've cut out all the weight changes. I'm just having a quick warm up here with 60 kilo. I'm just playing around with the reps, not particularly doing much. I'm just hitting different rep ranges, different movement ranges. I'm just literally feeling it warm up. I'm going to be pushing as heavy as I can today, building up, doing basically a 1 rep max until I find what is the heaviest weight that I currently move at the moment for only 1 rep, failing the second, and then I will go heavier than that and just do force negatives, as you'll see. So I think what I've got on the bar there, so 80 kilo on the bar now, and just attempting 2 reps. If I get 2, then I'm stopping and putting the weight up, because obviously it's not my 1 rep max. So it's 90, so there's 1. And can we do another one? Yep, so it's not 1 rep max, so we move up again. 100 kilo on the bar, so we know we can do 2 of these, because obviously I did 5 the other day. So that's 1, and there's 2 sticking away. So the next rep weight up is 110. I can't even remember if I got this. I definitely got 1. Are we going to get it today? Ew, it's a struggle. And if I remember rightly, that was such a struggle. I barely didn't get it. So 110, we've got 120 here, so it'll be my first of a force neg. There's no way I can push this up, but I'm just going to take it down as slow and controlled as I can, getting a ton of eccentric contraction and time and attention to that weight. Now I've gone up to 130. These are really right here. These are the reps that make all the big difference, really, when you're trying to push up to heavier weights. Is taking something that's far too heavy for you to contract the muscle against, but just slowing its descent down and putting a real massive effort of force against that immovable object. You know, it's coming down with you, like it or not. There's no way you can stop it and slow it down, but you're pushing against the whole way. And that forced eccentric contraction, that forced negative, it's spot on for really ripping up. So I find they're integral for really accelerating your strength gains. Now what I'm doing now is I'm working it all the way back down again. I got to the point where the 130 was just falling on me. I lowered it back to 120 as I'm fatiguing, getting tired. I'm just lowering the weight down and down and down. I'm down to 100 kilo here now, and it's starting to feel like an absolute ton of weight. I'm just giving it an attempt here to see if I can even do 1 rep, and I can't. So I know that I'm fatiguing, which is great. Again, with 100 kilo here now, I'm just looking to just do it as slowly as I can. Literally just trying to hold that toe, eccentric movement, the lowering part, trying to take as long as I can over it and give it time to rip up that muscle tissue. Right now I'm at 60 kilo, so just because I can't lift 100 kilo anymore doesn't mean to say that's it, I'm done and fatigued. It just means I can't lift 100 kilo anymore. So I'm chasing my fatigue down to the ground, so I've lowered it down to 60 kilo now. I'm doing exactly the same thing. But because of level of fatigue, this will feel just like the 100 kilo did in the beginning. Now I'm trying to, because I still have the strength here at that present moment in time to press it back up again, I'm just taking as much time as I can on the eccentric movement on the way down. I'm doing a cold start at the bottom, so I'm actually laying it on the safety bars there, taking all the pressure off me, and then re-engaging and trying to do a cold start, push up as fast as I can, trying to really generate force, explosive power here, slowly lowering it down as much as, or as slow as I can in the current level of fatigue, and then powering it up from a cold start as fast as I can, really trying to wake up those type 2 muscle fibers, the ones that generate that speed and that power. slow as I can down. That's a nice, slow, controlled eccentric there. Loads of time under tension there, just really damaging that muscle tissue and ripping it up. That's the desired effect. That's good. Yeah, see, that hurt there. Obviously got to a point of the pain was too much for me to cope with. So can I push it up again? Oh, just good. Fatiguing big time there. Let's try it again. I think I go for a hold here. Let's have a look. No, it's just killing me. Yeah, wiggly legs because it's so sore. Okay, that's enough of that. Where am I going from here? Okay, so again, struggle with 60 kilo. Doesn't mean to say I'm actually fatigued and done. Just means I can't lift 60 kilo anymore. So we've lowered it down a bit more, down to 40. And just the same thing, continue the same game, just trying to screw up that muscle tissue as best I can. Really cause as much damage as possible to have more growth and repair. Now what I'm doing here is a little bit of bracketed movement, just a game basically to make it harder for me. I'm going halfway up, pause for a period, and then all the way up, pause, and then it'll be halfway down, pause, all the way down, pause. Now when I'm at the bottom, I'm not resting on me, I'm not resting on the safety bars, I'm just holding it in that area, keeping the weight on the tension on the muscle. Halfway up, hold the tension again, and all the way up. You can either do it for numbers, I hold for 3 seconds or whatever. I tend to just do it for a feel, I hold it as long as I can. When I feel it's about to die on me, then explode a bit of explosive force into it and try and get that contraction up or down, wherever it be. Until I feel like I can't do that anymore, and then I'm probably about, now I'm just trying to rep it out just to really get every last ounce of ability out of me and make sure when I finished I really am all done and dusted, not just being a bit soft in the mind. Yeah, that's that was hurting a lot. Is there any more left of me though? And it's about that, it's just not giving in to that pain. It's making sure you really are completely smashed before you give in. Make sure it's a physical failure, not just a mental failure. Every rep you'll feel like you don't want to do it and you can't do it, it doesn't matter, that's the whole point of training, isn't it? If all you want to do is practice what you can do, and that's exercising, don't expect to get any better from that. That's just maintaining what you've got. See, that was a fail. That was a perfect fail. I was trying to hold it and I still couldn't, and it was coming down whether I like it or not. All I could do was apply some eccentric contractions and slow its descent down. So what I've done there is I've now I've lowered the safety bars so that it touches me first. But I was just checking there that I still in a need. I still could just push it away from me, nearer my waist, and it would land onto the safety bar. So I'm not going to kill myself. I'm still being safe, but I'm not going to be hitting the metal bars every single time I'm repping out. But all I'm doing here, as you can see, same as I've done before. Just lower the weight now. I'm now down to the bar, and now that bar feels like a ton already. What I'm doing is 100 reps. I like to just finish with a nice big blast with the bar by the end of it, just so I know that I am fully smashed up, fatigued. When you can't move the bar, you know that there's not much else you could do, and you asked for everything, and you got to be proud of yourself at the end of that. Any time, pain. All I'm doing now is wait for the pain to go and then straight back into it again. If you can't cope because the pain's too much, stop. And it takes three seconds or so for that pain to go, and then straight back into it again until you can't cope again. You just keep bouncing off that pain barrier. Now, where was I saying with this? Yeah, the fatigue side of things, I can't count and cope with this, so I'm pretty sure I did a heck of a lot more than 100, if any of you are actually counting. But don't be too bothered about that. Anytime you put in a number on anything, the number's not what's important. It's just a rough idea. Remember, it's a target, it's a signpost, which way you're going roughly. I'm doing 100 just because what I really decided I want to do is a fuckload of numbers. I want to do a high, heavy number so that no matter what weight it is, it's going to be hard by the end of it. So don't be too bothered about numbers. If you can do another rep, do another rep. If the number was 100 and I get to 100 and I think I could do 101, then I should have done 101. Okay? So quite often people say, you lose count all the time because I don't care about it. Obviously I know how to count, but it's not important, so not fussed. So what I always do is I err on the side. Let's say I got to 23 and I think it's 20, might be 21, 22, I'm not too sure. I'll always underestimate because I'd rather do more than less, because if you can do more, do more. So whatever number I'm on now, it's probably a bazillion, but whatever it is, it is. I'm just literally, this is the indicator to me that I am really finished in this session. I don't want to get up and stop doing this if I could have asked for more from my body, because it just simply means my gains will be slower. I want to get my strength pushed up from 5 reps on 100 kilo to the goal that I said I would do for you all. I want to get to 10 reps. I'm not going to get there by just putting in 99% of effort. I need to put it all in every single time and be pushing and asking for more. Because also, I don't want to take 3 or 4 months over this. I want this done in a month, or as short a space time as I can. So when I'm down there now on that bench, I want to make it beneficial. Every time I finish, I think, okay, maybe if I could do 1 more rep now, I'll get my goal a week earlier. I'll take that, thanks very much. Anywho, there we go, I'm pretty much done. Let's see, I can't have many more left. What am I doing? I'm repping them out still, alright, so... Now though, looking at my face doesn't look like I'm very happy about it. What do we got? Looks like the video's about to run out, so there can't be much left. Right, I'll shut up now, and let's just watch this in peace. Okay, that's pretty much done. So thanks for watching that. That's
right, just to close off that little video
done.
there.
Tune in for the next one soon.
Those of you that have been following me probably realise I'm slowly developing this whole video editing malarkey. Trying to get my head around it. I thought it would be a little bit clever today and do a voiceover over the whole thing, but I feel like it didn't really prove to be as informative as I wanted it to be, because I didn't have much time to talk before I was moving on to the next thing. I feel like I missed out a couple of quite important key explanatory type things there. So just to recap, what I was doing there was I wanted to push the heaviest weight load I possibly could on my body. I want to make sure that when I come back to doing the 100 kilo challenge for reps again, and a quest to 10, I absolutely cannot have the thought, when I lift that weight up, I cannot think, Christ, this is heavy. Like it was that first time, that if my first overriding thought is this is really heavy, then I'm already on the back foot and working against it. So I want to pick something off and feel like I've lifted much heavier before. It doesn't scare me and I'm feeling confident. Also, it's about not just the muscles, it's about the joints. It's about what's connecting the muscle to the bone. It's about what's holding the bones in the joint. It's about the bones themselves. I need everything to be getting stronger. I want structurally to feel the thing that's stretching, the thing that's straining is just the muscle tissue, not the ligaments, not the tendons, not the bones. And my body is, being a pretty classic ectomorph, my body is prone to bone and tendon strains from heavy weights. I'm just not built naturally to lift heavy. I particularly get masses of issues with my upper arm, my humerus bone, and it's not so funny for me because when I am pushing at the upper limits, it feels like I'm going to snap my bone. It really, really hurts, to the point where for 2 or 3 days after the session, I felt I struggled to even steer in the car, steer the steering wheel. It's really sore. But then, like I've just finished doing now, the last few months is from the last big push. I deload from it and give it time to repair, let the bones densen up so they come back structurally stronger. Ligaments and tendons get all a bit stronger as well, so then I've got a better framework to build bigger muscle on and be able to move it. So a lot of also my sessions, you're seeing there the testings, certainly with up to like the 130s, I did, you probably noticed, did a couple of reps on that, because as much as I wanted to take that eccentric load on and take a weight that's heavier than I can push against, contract against, I'll take that eccentric contraction where I'm slowing its descent down. It's not just falling, I'm pushing into it all the way. So it's great for ripping up that muscle tissue, but also I'm testing the water. I'm seeing at the end of it, how did my joints feel? How did my bones feel? And I was really, really happy to feel and see that actually structurally felt great. Nothing. What was really hurting was the muscle itself. Real, the belly of the muscles were really sore in both chest and front delts. Didn't really feel anything in my tris, but my triceps are one of my real key genetic gifts, one of my strong points on my body. So I'm not surprised I didn't feel that there. I rarely do. So it was a great session for me. I felt like I'm feeling confident. I feel like I can take that, although I won't really know until I develop a little bit more strength and push it again, because I was lifting 137.5 before last got injured. So I really would like to feel that again, build up to that level, feel that again, and feel like it's still feeling nice and strong. So time will tell on that one, but it's certainly nothing's holding me back at the moment. Powering on really nice and strong there. So yeah, to explain this, I was doing 2 reps and then moving up a weight, because I was looking for my 1 rep max. If I can do 2 reps, then that's obviously not my 1 rep max. So I hit 110 and I nearly didn't get that first rep. I really had to struggle on that final bit. That's why I didn't even bother attempting the second rep. I'd already found out that was it. A fly could land that bar and I wouldn't have completed that rep. So then I just moved up to 120 and started the force negatives, which is taking the weight down. I knew I couldn't contract up, but I was wondering how slow can I lower that bar down. I ensured the safety bars were up all the way to exactly the same height as my chest, so when it hits the chest it's actually landing on the safety bars. There's no issues there of safety. Don't have to worry about cracking my ribs open. So I did a couple on the 120 and then I went to 130. I think I did 2 on 30 because the first one I wasn't really happy with. I felt like again, this is the issue. I got scared. As soon as I lifted it and started taking it down, I felt like it was just falling on me. So I wanted to give it a bit more aggression to the second attempt and really try and sort of manhandle it and be in charge of it, which I feel went a bit better. And I really felt my muscle tissue stretching as I went down, so it did its job brilliantly. And then all the way through, as I was fatiguing, dying off again, as I think I mentioned the voice over there, just because I can't lift that 100 kilo anymore, or 90 kilo, whatever weight was there, doesn't mean to say that I'm fatigued and done, just means I can't lift that weight anymore. As you saw, I dropped it down to 60 kilo and all of a sudden I could rep out a load until it died, and then down to 40 till I couldn't, then down to the bar, and then I just went for a killer with the bar. 100 odd reps there just to know that I was done and dusted, and to be honest I'm already massively feeling it, so it's going to be a painful couple of days, but it was good fun, enjoyed it weirdly. So legs are nearly, I'm still dominant on the legs, so maybe tomorrow I'll be able to do the squats on that challenge there. Might have to leave it another day, I don't know. Obviously there's no point in me doing it if it's still hurting, because it's still repairing, I'm still getting the gain and the benefit of the last session. But as soon as they are good, it'll either be tomorrow or the next day, be smashing into that, and I'll be doing the same sort of session, exactly the same session, but on the legs, just going much heavier there and doing exactly the same thing. So yeah, there we go, tune in and watch that one. Thank you for following if you are. If you've watched this and you haven't seen the other sessions beforehand, why? Go and watch them, or else this won't make sense. You won't know what I'm doing. Bye-bye.